Hello. I'm sorry. Don't have a t-shirt on. I know some people get mad, but we're gonna talk about anything. I do need 1,000 subscribers. You know how it is, 'cause you started out in the same boat.
I like it. I love it. I want some more.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I'm trying my best. What else can I talk about? I still want to talk about abused women.
Yep. That's what I want to do. I don't think it's right that man beats the heck out of a lady. You know, that's going to be one of my topics, people. So, there's signs you can look for in abused women. Withdrawal, their attitude has changed, feel like they got no friends. What got me on this subject? I care about this lady in Scott County, Indiana. It gets to me. She's afraid to leave. Her old man threatened to kill her and the kids. Oh, that P.O. me, if you know what I mean. And it tears me up. You know, when you got a control freak like your old man that follows you everywhere, check your iPhone, check your Facebook page, YouTube page, checks all that out. He don't trust you. That means he's a control freak. People, you need to check your daughter out, your sister, your cousin, your aunt. You need to check all those people out. You've been talking to them for a long time. All once their attitude changed where they withdrawn. What in the heck did you knock down this time? Oh, Picker. You know, that's what happens when you got kitty cats. But if it wasn't for kitty cats, I'd probably be dead a long time ago. They give you unconditional love. I haven't seen any updates on the ex-sheriff Jamie Noel, Clark County, Indiana. As you know, he supposed to went to court the other day. Hey, Wildcat, what are you doing? So I kind of miss, the DUI guy, uh, Megan Fox, the umbrella guy. He was on a while ago. The expert, he's kind of on the sick list. So we need to send out some prayers to him because he is on the sick list. So we got to, try our best. If you don't know who the expert is, he been on with MG Law and Megan Fox. Maybe what we could do on the expert, send him some dolphins. I heard he likes dolphins. Hey, expert, can we send you some dolphins? Would that make you feel better? I just wonder if that would make him feel better. 'Cause I heard him talk about he loved dolphins. Hey, Megan Fox, the writer. Remember, people, there's two Megan Fox. One's an actor. The other one's Megan Fox, the writer. She she does. She's a reporter. So that's something to look at. I want to thank you people that was on here earlier today. God bless you all. I took a bath, took my medicine. I'll say I got to go to the gasology or whatever he is tomorrow. That's going to worry me to death. Because you see, or the wrong arm, you see here, I got my freestyle sensor on. And I know I have to take it off if I do an MRI. But I had one maybe 5 years ago. That's when I went to get me a hearing aid. I guess the doctor wants to see if there's any problem with my brain or something like that. So, you know how to donate. I don't want to keep bugging you because that'd be up to God and you to do that. See, I hate these cotton picking earplugs. You move, they pop out. But that's okay. You know, I got a headphone set, but it's USB, but there ain't no USB on the back of it. But whoever thought I'd be doing StreamYard or have a studio mic? That's the studio mic here. I got a sound card. The only thing I don't like, it only got about 3 voices. It should have more. I like seeing come out with the voice of President Trump. I know you people out there don't like Trump. That's your right. But I get thinking when he was president, gas was below $2. Groceries was cheap. Everything was cheap. As soon as Biden got in there, he canceled the pipeline, stopped the border wall, got all those illegal come in. There's a right way to do it, people. If you want to come to the United States, do it the right way. Don't do it the illegal way. That's my opinion. Thank you. Thank you all. It's 10:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time here in Clark County, Indiana. If you don't know where Clark County, Indiana is, look on the map on 565. It's the border to Louisville, Kentucky. I'm about 16 to 19 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky, if you follow 65. It's a few extra miles because you take a country road and go back and all this. So, any of you that I subscribe to, I wish you do the same thing. You know, maybe you have a few subscribers, maybe you got more, but I'm not as good as you are. You know, I'm just learning how to do this. You know, I'm 70 plus years old on a fixed income, $800 to $900 a month. I live on my budget. I got about $50 off of my budget this month. So when I go to the doctor, I'm going to leave early where I can transfer some out of my savings account over to my checking account. Because I got a house payment come up a week from today. So I got to make sure they charge me $38 instant, you know, for not having the full amount in it. Because that puts me in the hole $38 at the first of the month. So that's something I got to think about. I want to throw out a big thank you for these YouTubers that have sent me the studio mic here, the sound card, the tripod for my cell phone, and a phone cord that I can use in my car for my iPhone. Get down before you see. You lost your balance there. Which one are you, Margaret or? Hey, it's Alex. See, you got paid back for being. See, I got your baby up here. Yeah. Hey, could the DUI guy be sick? Cause I haven't seen him on here the last couple of days. Is he okay? Megan Fox people, is the DUI guy okay? Cause I haven't seen him the last couple of days. Not even on short videos. I know I used to watch MG Law for the past couple of nights. Either I fall asleep before he comes on or something. I haven't seen him on lately. In case I didn't report that, the police last night in Scott County got in a police pursuit. Yeah, I would laugh too. What happened? Either they showed up somewhere, and the bad part, maybe it was a family disturbance, maybe up around Austin, Indiana, which is north of Scottsburg a few miles. Stole the police car, and I heard him say something about flat tires. Well, they put the spike sticks out and still driving 130 miles an hour in a stolen police car with flat tires. Well, knowing Scott County judges and prosecutor, person that stole that police car in Scott County gonna have to pay for them tires. I say that deputy got in trouble because they shut the door and locked it because they got an extra key to unlock it. So that deputy probably got his rear end chewed out last night or this morning by the sheriff. I hope he did. He deserved it. I say that cost the taxpayers, once them police tars cost about $200 a piece, maybe $300 a piece. That's a whole lot of money. But if I was his shift supervisor or the sheriff, I would call him up into the red carpet, whatever kind of carpet the sheriff has in his office. I chewed him out good. Could the sheriff make him pay half of it because he didn't lock his door? I don't know what the rules that they got a book that all police officers has to follow. All police departments, all employees got a handbook. So when I come on here live Friday, I'll probably be on StreamYard. I'll probably do that. Well, I'm looking for something I can't find. And I bet 2-1 it's on the cotton picking floor. Because I don't see it on the table. Here's my paper. It got all my medicine on it. I got to make sure I put it in my jacket or my billfold. So that's one thing I have to do. I'm going to take my GoPro with me. Hey, leave that Pepsi Zero alone. Y'all keep knocking everything off of this table. Hey, you see this? You know I kill flies with it, but that's enough to whip you on the butt. So ladies, let's fight. Let's fight and break that chain up. Let's break the chain, get away from you abuser. I know this is not the right time of the night because people goes to bed and stuff like that.
Whitney's relationship has not always been a smooth one.
A short video. No. Do what? Am I reading this right, people? Daily Dose uploaded a woman giving birth. Is that 11 kids? Mark. A woman gives birth to 11 babies, and the doctor knows something weird about the babies. Of one of the babies. That's weird.
Imagine the sheer astonishment that swept over Nadia Suleiman as she lay there, feeling her belly teeming with life. Her anticipation swelled as she anticipated the arrival of her twins, her heart filled with dreams of motherhood. But then, amidst the tender kicks
Boy, she got a big belly.
startling revelation shattered her expectations.
You know,
Let you know what is happening. Help us
it's
out
a
by
Daily Dose channel. You need to go there and read it. 11 kids. That got.
Nadia's fervent desire for motherhood consumed her.
Boy, if I had a woman having 11 kids at one time, I'd probably have a heart attack. Maybe this got to be fake news. I heard, 6 by 11. So, she had a big belly. I don't know if you can. See, look at that belly. You all can go to YouTube. They call it the Daily Dose. You can look at it. Uploaded the VA sound card too. I want to know, people. You got these sound cards. How can you add more stuff to it?
Actually, I also have inquiries how to connect their S22
I've watched, what's her name? JenUdSSTUFS. She's pretty good. I watch her bunch of her videos. Go to an Android phone, Samsung S. I don't need to watch that. There's Lance the PI that was on an hour ago. Another video I watched is JBG Travel. That's Johnny B. Good. He's a truck driver. If you like truck drivers, you like Johnny B. Good. He's a pretty nice guy. Hi, everybody. What are you all getting into? But usually MG Law is usually on this time of day or night. He's not even on. Let's see, Auction House is live. No. Might do that while I'm waiting to waiting to go to sleep. Oh, come on! This is getting ridiculous. I know who it is. Alexi, it's always you. That's what happens when you got kitty cats. I don't think the umbrella guy, he was on earlier. Oh, come on. You settle down. I'm getting, you better learn to settle down. Yeah. See, Kathy's being a good girl. Yes, you are, Kathy. I think you take after your daddy, John Wayne. Yeah. But I'm still mad that I ain't got more women in here anytime I come live where they can help me out. Because I know some of them ladies that checks in been abused. It helps when they talk about it. I try to understand them. Like I said, I got no degrees in these fields. Sometimes it just helps to talk, to have somebody to talk to and tell them it's not their fault. Even if you cheat on your husband, to me, that tells me your husband ain't doing his homework. So he's to blame, but he has no right to take his fist and cold cock you here or on the back, break your arm. Don't have that right to do that. Ladies, you got to have a paper trail. Police department, hospital. You got to have a paper trail. You go to the hospital, you can tell the doctors or whisper to the nurse that you don't want your husband in there. They have to, obey you. And you can tell the doctors and the nurses. Then they will call the police there. What's this? Blackie, where you going? Let's see if the news report anything tonight. Lord, what she do to have a $6.2 million bond? She's cute.
I think that this chick has the highest bond that I have ever seen. But you see her picture, you two are going to be like, what in the fuck? How does she have a $6.2 million bond? What could she have possibly done? She's literally only 19 years old. Baby girl, what are you going through? And look, I can already tell you there's going to be dudes coming in the talking about I can fix her. Bro, she's like a child. But these right here, these are some grown folk charges. Child abuse? Ugh, conspiracy to traffic methamphetamines over 200 grams, trafficking 14 grams or more of fentanyl, conspiracy to traffic cocaine over 28 grams, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and something about cannabis. We're not even going to talk about cannabis. We don't care about that. She's got a bunch more mug shots, but this one, bro, she looks like she's 12 years old, and she's getting locked up on child neglect. I'll give you two guesses where she's from. Florida. I think that this chick has the highest bond that I have ever seen. And when you see her picture, you too are going to be like, what in the fuck? Look at her. How? How does she have a $6.2 million bond? What could she have possibly done? She's literally only 19 years old. Baby girl, what are you going through? And look, I can already tell you there's going to be dudes coming in the comments talking about, I can fix her. Bruh, she's like a child. But these right here, these are some grown folk charges. Child abuse? Ugh, conspiracy to traffic methamphetamines over 200 grams, trafficking 14 grams or more of fentanyl, conspiracy to traffic cocaine over 28 grams, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and something about cannabis. We're not even going to talk about cannabis. We don't care about that. She's got a bunch more mugshots.
That is stupid. She's not a big drug dealer. I can understand if she was a big drug dealer. Whatever state this was in, they trying to set an example. I haven't seen a bond set that high, not even around here, not even in Scott County. Maybe $50,000 to $100,000 cash bond, but 6.2 million. Who does she kill? Somebody wants to make an example out of her. I don't agree with the bond for a 19-year-old girl. Like the guy said, she is a child. It's stupid. They want to keep her in jail. They don't want her out. And a public defender ain't going to do nothing for her. Because all they worrying about the money they get from the state. 19 years old. She could be the next president of the United States when she gets 35 years old. That's something to think about. People, say no to drugs and alcohol. It'll get you in trouble. Look at this 19-year-old girl. 19 years old. She's good looking. But maybe they want her to snitch on somebody. Tell her where she got the drugs from. That could be a possibility. I just can't believe that state, whatever state that was in, to do something like that to a young girl. I know drugs is bad, people, but that's to assess this on a bond. They want to keep her in there until she snitch on somebody who gave her the drugs to sell or something. I don't know. But it's bad. Drugs is bad. Maybe she was abused by a man when she was younger. That could be a possibility. Because you do anything to get out of abuse selection, out of something like that, where you can get away from your abuser. That could be a factor. Anything's possible, people. Remember, anybody is innocent until proven guilty. But the way it seems, she's guilty until she proves herself innocent. I'm willing to bet she was abused when she was younger, either by her dad, stepdad, boyfriend, probably been beat up, and that's the only way she needs to get out of it, get away from him. That could be possibility. I don't know. But I'll be praying for that young 19-year-old. But it just tears me up. And I also want you to go to try T.Y. Ants. Try Ants Beware. He had some good old videos on there the last couple of days. I remember some of them was, I think one of them was a TV show, the Gold something. I remember watching it because it's an old black and white TV show, so it had to be back in the 50s, 60s, somewhere back in that time frame when we had black and white TVs. So, because I had a black and white TV when I was young, had a box on top of the TV with rabbit ears. And to get channel 32, 41, 15, 68, with 15 and 68 was the PBS stations. You had a box and you flip it over A, B, or I can't remember. It was a little old brown box. It's a little bit bigger than this cell phone, maybe, but this wider, another 3 inches, probably a little bit big. So I'm telling my age. And that was a long time ago. Then they came out with color TV. They had all your TV channels, UHF, VHF. VHF like channel 3, channel 4, 11. Then UHF was like 32, 41, anything up in the UF frequency range. So, like I said, ladies, it's not your fault. I know you're afraid to call the police. That's my number one pet peeve this month. I hate when a guy beats the hell out of a woman. I cannot stand that. As they say, if you hear it, you see it, you report it. I watched a whole lot of videos. And some of you people are starting a YouTube channel up. You can do it on where you've been abused, talk about it. If you're away from that abuser, it helps you to heal. Because you go to a psychiatrist, you talk to him or her, probably better talk to a woman because she could have been through it. That's something to think about. You got to leave a paper trail. I've told you, there have been women, you can research it. It's in prison because they killed their husband. They were arrested for murder, convicted of murder, because she did not have a paper trail. She didn't call 911, nothing in the hospital records. You got to have all of it. I can't remember what state it's in, but you probably can search it in your search engine. How many abused women went to prison for killing their husbands or boyfriends? It should pop up. You know, let's see what I can find here. Okay, how many women is in prison for killing their abused husband? See, women in prison for killing their abuser. Let's try that one. Okay, May the 6th, 2020. You now get out from there. Come on. For killing her after 23 years in prison for killing her abuser, she hopes no one in Louisiana has to do this again. Legislation could give incarceration victims, I don't know. That's in Louisiana. Okay, after 23 years in prison for killing her abuser, she hopes no one in Louisiana had to do this again. Legislation could give incarceration victims a domestic violence a chance at release. Okay, on December the 2nd, 1996, Beatrice Taylor hobbled out of her apartment complex to nearby payphone and dialed 911. She told the Gretna police dispatcher she needed officers to come out to her home for a second day in the road, according to court records. Her boyfriend had become violent again, stomping her foot and broke it. I went straight to the phone access across the street. I didn't want to go back in the house, Taylor told the police a few hours later. Her ex, Stanley Zukowy, Zukoywsky, had threatened to kill her that morning, as he had done many times before it. She said the officer that day, according to the transcript, talked to her. I was terrified of that man, she told him. In the 911 call, Taylor didn't mention that Zuck might be injured, but when the officers arrived, they found him stabbed in the chest, slumped over the love seat in Taylor's apartment. Within a couple of hours, he was declared dead. She was arrested. People, I've told you this over and over. Experts describe Taylor's case as a textbook example of women fighting back while those of a violent relationship. But but the events of that day touch off 23 years incarceration for Miss Taylor. In 97, a Jefferson Parish jury convicted Taylor of murder. Okay, Parish, that's in Louisiana, I believe, around New Orleans. Who is that famous actor? Not Schwarzenegger, not Patrick Swayze, the other one. He's in Karate. They had a TV show. He was a reserve deputy, and they done a TV show about it. And 97, the Jefferson Parish jury convicted Taylor of murder and sent her to Louisiana Correction Institute for Women's and St. Gabriel. Taylor was sentenced to life without parole and expected to die in prison. I told you there was a governor, but I couldn't remember what the governor was. Governor John Bell Edwards granted her a rare commutation, COMMUTATION, in 2020. In his second term, Edwards and his parole board ordered release of Taylor, now 76 years old, and others incarceration of women reconsidered the role in intimidation of partner violence played in the conviction. The advocate person for domestic violent victims, are grateful that they said it's not enough. They pushing for a state law to change the crowd courts, take into account expert testimony on human trafficking, sexual assaults, intimidation, partner violence in a case like Taylor's. The legislation would affect future cases of those people already in prison. The TULANA University Women Prison Project estimate the perfect law could reduce sentence for 30 to 50 women behind bars in Louisiana. Let's give them out a big clap. Hello, Josh. How you doing there? Oh, I missed it. Hi, Josh. You know, I told you there's women getting into prison. They said there's 30 to 50 women behind the bars in Louisiana for killing their abuser. What's wrong with that court system in Louisiana? To me, that'd be reasonable doubt. Wouldn't that be, people? And what Miss Taylor said, those ladies left behind deserve the same freedom and justice that I was given. Taylor told state lawmakers in a hearing last week the general population understand that intimate partner violence has improved over the past 3 decades since the landmark Federal Violence Against Women Act passed. But Humphrey stereotype abusers and the survivor persist. Experts says the pervasive PERVASIVE notion that domestic violence victims are past influenced by the way they treated in criminal justice. People, that sucks. What's wrong with your people in Louisiana? Why are you convicting them when the boyfriend or husband beat him up, put him in the hospital, gave him black eyes, broken their arms, and abused him? To me, that is self-defense. That PO me off, people. I hope this gets to you. Over 40% of domestic violence victims are fighting back at some time, said Amanda Tonkovich, a social worker and a state crime victim REPARATIONS board member. For some reason, when it comes to domestic violence, we don't see that as appropriate. Yeah. Police can make mistakes on intimate partner violence for mutual violence relationships, especially they've been called the same home to break up the couple fights over and over again. Okay, what? Sorry, people. Piss me off. The police could stop it. Arrest him. That pisses me off. Don't that piss you off, people? Oh, that makes me so mad. I called the police several times. You police, get off your lazy rear end, no matter what state you're in. If you don't arrest the abuser, you need to go back to school and learn how to recognize when a woman gets abused. I give you thumbs down because you don't know what the HE you're doing. It's stupid. This dynamic was likely a factor for Taylor, who is identified by her former marriage name, Beatrice Jones, in court documents related to her case. Said Gretna police has a reason to be familiar with her and Zukowski, Zukowski, during the 8 months relationship. Taylor said she called the police once a month to put him out of the apartment, including the night before he died. What kind of police officers they got in the state of Louisiana? You should blame the police officer for not protecting her. But I guess men sticks together with the other men. They're not police officers. If they don't help that lady out, they're no worse than the guy that beat the heck out of this lady. As ordered in the police report on the accident, she was yelling while claiming he agreed to leave her apartment. Court documents also referred to the couple as heavy drinkers. That should have nothing to do with it, people. If they was heavy drinkers, they probably could be arrested for PI, public intoxication. On the day Zukuliska death, him and Taylor ran each other at a naughty nightclub in Gitnall at 6:30 in the morning. Taylor said she went to the bar to buy cigarettes, and Zukoleski was apparently on his way to work at the time, a friend said. But Zukolik had cocaine in his system and blood alcohol 3 times the legal limit when he died a couple of hours later, as according to the autopsy report. If he was on his way to work, where was the police, patrolling the roads? They could have got him for drunk driving. He'd probably still been alive, you know. Experts said it's not unusual for victims of domestic violence to behave exotically or turn to alcohol and drugs as to coping with the mechanism, but can affect the law enforcement petition of them at a later allow prosecutor paint them in a negative light. I told you people, they turn to alcohol and drugs, but she did the right thing. She did report it to the police, and they still convicted her. That's in Louisiana, in Parish. I think that's around the Mardi Gras area. You know, I don't like it. The men that beat the heck out of a woman deserve what they got. I blame the police department in Louisiana for not arresting him. I hear a choo-choo train. I don't know, probably going southbound. Last night, in an hour or so, probably hour and a half, 4 trains. Some going north and some going south. But that makes me mad. I hope that makes you all mad, people. Says when you are a victim of abuse, when you are trauma, and your brain is not good at laying down a leaner story, it focus on surviving. Tonkovic, Tonkovich said. The way the brain works may be really jumbled up. I don't know what happened. Jumbling is one way to describe Taylor's answer to the police questions on the day he was killed. And then she told the police who arrived at her apartment might have gotten a chest wound by falling on the knife. Later, she couldn't recall how he'd been injured. People, when you've been abused like it, maybe hit in the head, you lose your train of thought. You can't remember. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a police officer. I don't have any college degrees. I look at this stuff on the internet. But I've been telling you the past couple of days about the governor, but I couldn't remember what state it was. I looked it up, which I told you I would. It said the knife was in the bedroom. I left it there last night because I was afraid of him last night. I'm going to be very honest with you. All I could see was a red chest, then blood, she added. 6 months later, Taylor repeated that she had no recollection of stabbing him. 6 months later, she couldn't remember. How many women goes through this that gets abused? Even children gets abused by somebody in sex trafficking and all this. That's why Trump put that border wall up to stop the drug dealers and the child trafficker bringing kids over across the border. But look what Joe Biden did. He stopped that border wall, told the border guards not to enforce it. I wouldn't give a crap what the president said. You take an oath to uphold the Constitution. I blame the Democrats. And Taylor says she just can't remember the knife going into him, according to Richie's written statement. In the interview report 25 years later, she didn't remember stabbing him. Ladies, I'm sorry for you. I'm trying to get people to come out about this abuse. It'd be nice if some of your ladies that been abused like this come on to my chat and talk about it. Well, you can advise other women who's going through this. If I knew how to use StreamYard and how to invite you to my video screen, I could do that. But I did give StreamYard some ideas. Since I'm 70 plus years old, I don't know how to copy and paste and this and that. So, this is a true story. She's 60 some odd years old. Taylor's experience matches up with many victims of domestic violence. Many survivors can't remember what happened during the traumatic encounters, according to experts. The abused party has this really nice inner story, what happened and why their partner attacked them. That Tony Kitvich, whatever, the victim can't even talk, can't even tell you their story, and that they are feared. Man, it just makes me so mad. And some women are unstable to remember the traumatic aspects of the battering of their action during such episodes, when even they want to do in part of dissociative amnesia resulting from the exposure to violence, wrote Mary Ann Dutton, Dutton, a Georgetown University professor and a trauma expert, in the 1996 report validating a battered women syndrome in a criminal case involving battered women. That's weird. So ladies, you do get better. See, it's all right here, people. Today may not be able to remember in her police interview on the day of his death. Taylor told the police that you know abused her many months, and that Zucker told her directly that morning that he was going to kill her. Her neighbors also testify in court that they have seen Taylor with bruises, fat lip, while dating him. One person also witnessed that Zukowski, Zukowski, hit Taylor outside of the apartment. A complication in Taylor's defense, however, was that had been accused of stabbing the previous ex-boyfriend. That should never have been brought into the case. But he probably abused her too, people. It said like Zuko was stabbed in the chest once with a knife, but he survived the puncture lung and chose not to press any charges against Taylor, to the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office reported. And it says later that he had been harassing Taylor at the time of the stabbing. I told you there's more to the story. So he realized it was his fault. They should never brought that into a case. That means she didn't have a good lawyer. That could have been appealed. They say Taylor also characterized Berthelot as an abuser towards her. She told police that Berthelot had attacked her that day, and he got stabbed through his wrist, stabbed 2 years ago. Taylor couldn't recall the specs of the incident. Well, they should have got her psychiatry help while she was in prison. That sounds like the prison system failed her. Ladies, as I tell you, it's not your fault. When you all watch this video, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Boy, it makes me mad. How can God let somebody like it serve that long in prison for self-defense? What's wrong with your people in Louisiana? That's what I want to know. The scarecrow is coming after your people. How can you let women who killed their abuser and sent women to prison for self-defense? What in the hell is wrong with you all? That makes me mad, people. I don't understand this crap. You know, maybe that's why some women don't report it because your cops won't do a blankety blank thing about that. You've been there that many times. You know he's abusing her. You should arrest him. Or are you a racist against women? You taking up for the men because you're a man. I'll call yourself a chicken hearted cop. Yeah, you're a chicken. You're sticking together with the men. If he would got arrested, he probably still been alive. Your cops in Louisiana in 1996, you are responsible for that murder, not her. You are. If you'd done your cotton picking job, she wouldn't have been in prison. You are responsible for what she done because you refused to arrest him. 96, you probably retired now. But I blame your cops, even the cops today. Get off your lazy rear end and do your job that you took an oath to the Constitution of the United States. The court rejected Taylor's request that she be able to enter a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. See, I told you your women get screwed. But if she would had a good lawyer, like I said, you public defenders don't give a blankety blank about us people. All you worry about is that money that the state pays you. You know, in prison, you got the jailhouse lawyer that can help you out on your case. It says the court rejected Taylor's request that she be able to enter a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. People, does that make sense? No, it don't. And it says 97 that concluded she suffered from battered wife syndrome was never brought before the jury. What did her public defender, I guess she had a public defender, why did the prosecutor, that prosecutor, if he's still alive, all he wanted about to get a conviction underneath his or her belt. Back in the 90s, probably a man. You know, that's stupid. Why did her lawyer bring it up in front of the jury? I don't know. Is that lawyer still alive? You know, 96, he might be dead. You know, that's stupid. Richie, the psychiatrist, determined that Taylor's personal history, her mother was in and out of mental hospital when she was a child, and her abusive alcohol father led Taylor to a string of abusive relationship with man, according to his report. Taylor also been diagnosed as having a battered wife syndrome a few years earlier in 1992. people. 1992. What's that tell you? What's wrong with our damn court system? You know, that pissed me off, people. And let's see, at the time she was separated from her third husband and living in Missouri, through the jury never heard the details of this medical assessment either. Miss Taylor, you know, I'm praying for you. I don't know if you can appeal anything now or what, but your lawyer should brought up certain things. You had an incomplete as a lawyer. I forget what the legal term is. Oh. How can prosecutors and your public defender, I say she probably couldn't afford a lawyer, but her public defender, if that's what Miss Taylor had in Louisiana, he was a dumb blankety blank person. You know, she was diagnosed in 92 about a wife syndrome. What was wrong with this blankety blank judge and her, I'm going to say, public defender? You know, that pisses me off, people. Taylor conviction said Stanislav Morex, Taylor's most recent attorney at Tulane University law professor. Men made up 11 of the 12 jury. Now I see why she got convicted. 11 men? What's wrong with that, her public defender? The prosecutor removed most of the women. Ain't that sex discrimination? They want the men on the jury to convict her. What's wrong with this picture, people? What's wrong with that a-hole prosecutor? Men made up 11 of the 12 juries at Taylor trial, and the prosecutors serve as it preempted jury strikes to remove women from the jury pool. I guarantee you, if I lived in Louisiana at that time and they picked me to the jury, it'd either be a hung jury or have been not guilty. That's what peeled me off, people. The prosecutor in Louisiana and the parish down there, he wanted her convicted. He wanted to put another notch on his gun for putting more women away for abuse. You can look it up on the internet. That's what I did, people. That's what I'm reading from. People familiar with Taylor's case believe a weak legal representation is responsible for some of the mishap that she experienced at the trial. Her lawyer was a public defender. See, I've told you it was a dumb public defender inexperience. Probably never tried a murder case. And never worked a murder trial in his life. I don't think that'll go over in Indiana. For a public defender to take on a murder case in Indiana, he or she have to be connected to a murder trial, either a co-defendant or something like that. I told you she got screwed. I told you it was a public defender. It says, an inexperienced young attorney sacrificed his client for headlines, wrote Wayne Manusco, Manusco, a subsequent attorney for Taylor in unsuccessful legal brief appearing her conviction. Taylor's not allowed having lectures legal representation that Becky Becki Kondkar, director of the Truman Law School Domestic Violence Clinic, said many domestic violence clinics said many disgraceful survivors who find themselves behind bars for killing their abuser have similar attorneys. See, this is that woman's attorney. Look at it. It says Kodak helps run the TULANES Women's Prison Project, which provides legal representation and incarcerated domestic violence survivors who feel they were wrongfully convicted. The organization contacted Taylor with Mosley's attorney, who eventually got her free with the governor's help. The Louisiana Supreme Court made it clear in 2018 that attorneys represent violence survivors need consultation with for psychiatrists. Let's put it that way, experts to pursue a battle wife syndrome in a line defense in a murder trial. That year, the court overturned the conviction of Catherine Curley of New Orleans, who spent 10 years in prison for killing her husband after suffering years of abuse from him. I told you there's a bunch of women out there who got sent to prison. See how, I told you it goes on all the time. I couldn't remember the states. Now there's two states, Louisiana and, New Orleans is in Louisiana. 10 years in prison. The court found that Curley's attorney, John Fuller, Fuller, erred, not calling an expert on domestic domestic violence to testify in Curley's case fully agreed that the court ruling and supported Curley release. I got a question for your lawyers. Don't they teach this in law school about domestic violence and what you need to do? I guess back in the 90s, they didn't teach that crap in law school. Boy, this upsets me, ladies. So, clemency is not enough, survivors said. Advocates for domestic violence survivors consider Curley rule a major victory for, but the decision does not apply radioactive. It did not help other people who are already in prison for a similar offense. Boo. Either get a pardon or clemency. See, that's what happens when you got a dumb idiot for a lawyer. Don't bring up special stuff. Okay, Edwards has given a dozen incarcerated people an option to get out of prison, but his predecessor, Governor Bobby Jindal, Jindal, released only one incarceration person, inmate who worked as a personal butler during the entire 8 years in office. I was told by my counselor that you just going to have to file for clemency, but don't do that while Bobby Jindal is in office, Taylor said. In an interview last year after she had been released, I waited 8 years to file. Instead of relying on the government to grant clemency, advocates for domestic violence survivors hoping the state lawmakers agreed to pass a purpose law that would open an avenue on their sentence reconsideration. The legislature, sponsored by Senator Regan Barlow and Baton Rouge, allowed people in prison who are victims of intimate partner violence, human trafficking, sexual assault to have their case re-examined. Attorney failed to induce expert testimony on these topics at the trial. In the cases could be revisited if the evidence or the arguments based on misconception of the intimate partner violence, human trafficking used at trial. I didn't know that many women was in prison for murder of their abuser. Why don't we hear about it on the news? That pissed me off, people. Excuse my French. I hope there's a whole lot of people watching this. I can't believe what I am reading. That's how come I tell you to Google this stuff up. There's a lady that checks in every once in a while. She was abused. She was abused, I believe, over 10 years. She finally escaped that a-hole. So, Jacob Johnson, a Cascader Parish Assistant DA, testified in the hearing last week that 2/3 of the state death row inmates suffer child abuse and will be able to use the legislation to get their sentence lower. Man, I don't know if I can keep reading it because I'm getting mad. I'm getting pretty well PO at this, people. I didn't understand that much about abuse. And I was told where to go on Google to look this up. That'd give me more to talk about. How can the court system let something like this happen? You know, I know some of you watch this later. I know this lady who checks in, she been abused, but she talks about it on here with me. And I figured by doing this that it might help some of you that got a mother or grandmother in prison for killing their abuser. I don't think I can read anymore. I'm so upset over that. There's some people who got abused as a child, been brainwashed. Why didn't the prosecutor or the defense attorney call in a psychiatrist? You know, what kind of lawyers is there out there that's not doing it? Are they all public defenders on the women who gets abused? They need a good lawyer that's smart up here. I know there's got to be some lawyers like Ben Matlock. I know it's a TV show. There got to be lawyers like that out there somewhere in the world. They need to start something up like Institute for Justice. They need to start up a law firm. Hello, Kansas. How you doing? Nothing talking about abused women. I'm looking on the internet down in Louisiana. This woman killed her husband back in 90s. Oh, that pissed me off. I gotta quit looking at it. It's making me mad. How you doing tonight, my friend? You know, it makes me so mad. You know, this is in Louisiana, down where the Mardi Gras is, the parish down there. You know, I'm sorry, women. I didn't know there was that many women in prison for murdering their abuser until I got looking it up. Joe County, Kansas, cop what? Well, tomorrow, well, I guess tomorrow, to me it's tomorrow, but Friday, I have to go to the doctor. The guy, gastronomer or gas something, I have to go tomorrow. And my son told me they probably want for me to do an MRI because it's been maybe 4 or 5 years since I had an MRI done. So I have to wait and see. So how you doing tonight? You been working hard? You been taking it easy? What's the temperature where you're at? Because here it says about 38 degrees here in Clark County, Indiana, with 16 to 19 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky. I know you retard, but you retard, you still work harder at retard. You know, I've been retard for years because the doctor says I couldn't work no more because of my medical problems. I've been retard maybe 30 years or more because of heart attacks, diabetes, few bad nerves. Like I said, it's about 38 here, so it's cold. You know, I was on here early today, maybe around 2, 3 o'clock, somewhere like that, talking about this. That's my number one pet peeve is women abuse. Because one of the ladies that gets on this chat, she been abused. And she thanked me for putting it out there. Since I've learned a little bit more by reading that on the internet, but can you believe everything? I knew there was a state that the woman killed her abuser and they found her guilty of murder. I found that it was in Louisiana, down there by the Mardi Gras. Was it Paris? I think it was. That was in the 90s. That's funny. I can remember stuff that happened back in the 80s and 90s and 70s. God, I can't remember stuff happened a month or a year or so ago. That don't make no sense. But below 40, it's supposed to be springtime. I don't know if you can remember this. Back in one year, I know I was a young whippersnapper. It snowed for the Kentucky Derby in May. It snowed on Easter. The weather around here is strange. I live in what they call the Ohio Valley area. You never know what the weather's going to do. But, it makes me mad. You get looking at it on the internet. I don't think it snowed here in June. I remember it has in May and Easter. That's only two things I can remember. I'm 70 something years old. I'm less than 75. I'm older than 70. I'm in between there. I remember watching it on TV. They was running in snow at the Kentucky Derby in May. I remember when I was a little kid for Easter eggs, there was snow on the ground. People said you're crazy. I said, look at the weather report. Go back and type in, said, did it snow during the Kentucky Derby? And it'll pop up every time. You know. But I want to thank you for coming up here tonight. Cause I'm getting a little scared because this is the first time I've been to that doctor. My son said they might schedule me for an MRI, but see, which arm is it on? Oh, here. I got my sensor for my sugar. That means the MRI, I can't do that. So that got me worried. Like I said, I got problems with my throat. It wants to close up. But what will an MRI do for your throat? Usually MRI is for your brain or your chest, but the last time I had it done, because I had problems hearing, and that hearing doctor sent me to this place to have an MRI done. But I guess they want to see if there's something wrong with my ears, I guess, or a tumor or something. I don't know. I remember one year back in my younger days, here in Clark County, Indiana. I remember it rained one time. Then it turned to ice. Then it snowed, kind of deep. You couldn't go nowhere. It shut down everything. You couldn't go down I-65 or 64 or 71. It was shut down. And they got hold of my uncle, which he's a heavy equipment operator, had bulldozers and graders. Even the county, the state highway, the cities couldn't get out to clean the snow. You probably saw on the 2nd Street Bridge there at the Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky line where an 18-wheeler went over the side of the bridge, just hanging there waving back and forth. I remember I guarantee you, your brothers are special. They was very special people. I was married to a woman who's deaf. Here we had 4 beautiful children. Number 1 child, and number 3 is dead now. That leaves me with 2 and 4. Oh, that's good. But, I don't like to climb trees. I got a little, I guess, 2-foot ladder. I get scared when I get up on that ladder. Like when I was a young puppy, I used to climb trees all the way to the top. Boy, that's a whole lot of kids. But I used to do, see, I think that was no, I used to, do it, but since she's been dead over 20 years, longer than that probably, I kind of missed her. It surprised me. We had 4 kids: Patty, Tammy, Kelly, and Amy. She was a deaf mute, and I miss her. But I know she's in a better place up there with God. I guess one night when I was staying at, taking care of my mom, I guess I either died or quit breathing. She came down. Her hair wasn't black anymore. You all might think I'm nuts. Her hair is golden like an angel. She said, Tom, go back. It's not time for you to die yet. God has something special for you to do. Said, when it's time, God gave me permission to come down and pick you up and take you back to heaven. I told people that story and they said, are you nuts? I said, no, I believe in God. And I knew it was her, but she was talking, but she still had the same face, but her hair was golden. I knew she was an angel. So I'm back alive. But what God got for me, I don't know. I kind of wish God let me have some money, because that'll help out too. Because those things I would do if I was rich. If I could hit that Powerball or Mega Million, I'd make sure I give some money to St. Jude's. I make sure I give some money to the Shriners because they help the children out. That's important to me. A number one thing that gets to me in my heart is the wounded warriors. If I had $800-900 million, I would give each one of them $1 million each. That'll help out a whole lot of kids and wounded warriors. That's one I would do. God would hold me to it. But the way, say if I'm going to buy me 2 tickets tomorrow, Powerball and the Mega Million. I'm not going to worry about looking at those tickets. If I see it pop on the news, somebody win at so-and-so state, so-and-so city, then I will look at it. But I watch a whole lot of videos. Come on, get down. I watch some videos on YouTube. It's Arkansas State Police. I forget what it's called. And I do not want to mess with Arkansas police. Me, if they turn the red lights on or blue lights, whatever color they got, I would just pull over, hold my hands up. Because I've seen them chase people. I've seen a video on YouTube where they was chasing this guy, and he was going the wrong way. This guy was going the wrong way. This state trooper in Arkansas hit him head on. You know, that is stupid. You know, I couldn't, you know, why would people want to run from the Arkansas police? There goes a train. It's probably going north. I don't know, see, what's today, Friday? I guess Wednesday night, Thursday morning, within an hour, hour and a half, I think there was 4 or 5 trains that went through. I know, that's true. They don't follow the law. They make their own rules up. You know, but, you know, I watch, it's natural something. Natural. Man, if I was outside, look on my back window, I could see the bumper sticker in my National Transparent or something like that. I was watching it one night. They said if you want a bumper sticker, use your YouTube name and your email and your home address. And I got that bumper sticker and I put it on my car, but I do watch quite a few of those videos from Arkansas, but even when they cross the state line, what? What, Alexi? I know. I know you're a good girl. You're too young. Talk to your mama or talk to Granny. Granny explain everything you're going through right now. Your mama's up there sleeping. There's your Granny. Go over and talk to Granny. Hmm? But I couldn't believe when I read tonight. I'm hoping this lady, she'll watch this video. She's been abused. She finally got out of it. But I knew they're a state where the governor released them. This woman I was talking about, you know, a few minutes ago, she had a public defender. And, you know, it's going through my mind. I said, she had to have a public defender because them public defenders don't give a hoot. But she's out of prison. She's 60, I think 66 years old now. Probably drawing Social Security, never paid into it. That's okay. She deserves it. Down in Louisiana, from what I read, there's 30 to 50 women that's in prison for killing their abuser. And the prosecutor, from what I read in that statement, they kicking all the women Well, I wish you good luck. If you're smart enough, you could do a good job. You know, if you've done your homework on your case. You've been hearing me talk about what the hell's in Otter Creek, Florida. He's also buys storage units. And this, I call her Turtle Lady in Otters Creek, Florida. At first, she represented herself until some dummy gave her $7,000 for a lawyer. You know, it been on Megan Fox's show, it been on the Umbrella Guy show, it been on I hope you win. You know, let me know how it comes out. I've done a few pro se things, but I used to volunteer in the lawyer's office, you know, help him do research, this and that. But I can't tell you the cases because, you know, that's confidential stuff. But he's dead, but I still won't talk about it. And, you know, but I'm like I say, I hope it comes out for you. You know, the old saying is a fool for a client. But I hope you win. If that was divorce and you got kids, you're going to get screwed if that's the case. A speeding ticket, you probably could get out of it. That's how come you hear me talk at about having dash cams, which you can get one with a GPS in it. Then you get another one that has cable where you can hook to it and run the other camera in your back window. You know, because you hear stories of people getting T-boned and they all going to say, well, they had the green light. This will save your butt if it shows you had the green light, but they also will hang your butt. You know, that's safety. You have to use it. I don't know if you got a cheap dash cam or what. The one I got in my car is cheap because I got that at Walmart a few years ago. But here's my dash cam right here. I use when I'm in my car, I'm usually live streaming on my cell phone. That's what I do, you know. I got my cell phone, I do live. Because I want to see people see what I see. I might talk every once in a while. You know, it's for my safety. You know, people can't understand that, you know, it's my life, my dowry. You know, women keeps dowry when they're little. That's my diary there. And some people said, well, I don't know how to do YouTubes and this and that. I don't know. I guess I'm a subscriber to your YouTube channel, ain't I? I got to bring it up. I think I subscribe. Usually anybody that pops in, I usually subscribe to their channels. Yep, I am subscribed to your channel. Okay, the picture I'm looking at is, I guess, a sheriff's car. Got his quick stop in Olecki, Kansas, Jericho. That's a pretty nice police car. I said that'd be a Ford SUV. So here's the picture of that police car. I have subscribed to your channel, so you know I'm one of your subscribers. Cops around my house. Uh, there goes a FedEx truck. It seemed like you're getting ready to pull out. Watch that cop come over and get you for stopping on the side of the road. He's watching you. He's waiting on something. Maybe he's waiting on you to leave. What kind of camera you using in there to do this? I kind of like it. I don't think you could do that with a cell phone. Boy, you see his face with his sunglasses on. Oh, I see his radar gun. Where the heck is his camera? Because they used to have cameras up in the window too. I don't see no camera in it. Unless that's sitting up there by his mirror. Them Fords like that can't run that good. They're a piece of junk. If that was a Dodge Durango, he could probably stay up with you. I know them pickup trucks, some of them people buys, but they just can't keep up like those old Ford Crown Vics. Okay. I wonder how they work. My cell phone would zoom in, but I don't think it'll zoom in like you're doing. He's probably typing crap on his computer. I guess they got a computer in that car. I don't know. I guess he'd probably know you live there if he's a local cop in the same neighborhood. Now he's leaving. He's probably looking back at your license number. I want a good camera that I can use, but they got attachment. See, you can put it on your camera. Like extend your lens out. I forget what it's called. You can really zoom in. Somehow it's attached to it. But that was a pretty good video. You done a pretty good video. See, what was it again? You got a whole lot of views. There's one that got 344 views only. I don't know. It must be at a police department. That was 4 months ago. Got one in the car. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. Yeah, he's looking at you, or was. See, a while back on how many people called, got one in the car, cops around my house, got a wreck. Uh, let's see, cops around my house, that was 292. The only one I see that got a whole lot of views, got the one in my car, that's 344 views. Is that the one you're talking about? That's 344 views. Yeah, that's the one I was watching there. Put that guy. Yeah, it looks like it's a courthouse. It's a black SUV. This one here. That's your biggest views, over 340 something. Yeah, 344 views. That was 4 months ago. It was in October 23, about 8:45 a.m. the Elders Building, the Poplar and North Chestnut. I'm looking at the one that got the 5041 is a SU Chevy. I guess that's a Tahoe they was in. I know some police department using Tahoes. Now they using, at least around here, they using the Dodge Durangos. I think the Indiana State Police getting to Dodge Durangos. There's that blue and white van with stars on it. How long is he going to sit there? You know, it's a fancy building. It looked like it's red brick and look like an old time courthouse. That's nice. Ain't that cute cat? You okay, Socks? Watch that Pontiac. It's gonna run into you. That looked like a black and white police car. It looks like. Yeah, it's black and white. A Tahoe. That's pretty good video. Well, if you outside in public, a judge can't stop you from filming outside if you're on the sidewalk. Inside they can, but outside I said no. So, like I said, your video is pretty good. I told you that's about all I do is watch videos all the time. Because what else is for an old man to do? Besides, I'm waiting it to warm. I got stuff I got to take off of the porch, take in the shed. I got stuff in the house I got to put in the shed. like a couple of old weed eaters and a chainsaw. I wouldn't know how to edit anything. I'm just started this back in December. If it wasn't for what's his name, Try Ants, Tyants Beware, he's been helping me out on live stream. He told me about StreamYard. But I'm a person that comes to computers, I don't know crap. If you have watched like the expert, MG Law, what the hell's DUI guy, and a bunch of them, they usually got 4 or 5 people you can see on their screen. That is, they using StreamYard. They got the free version. That's what I've got. You only get 20 hours a month. And, like if you want to add somebody, you hit the invite button, then you have to copy and paste this or that into I don't know. It's too complicated for this old man, but Beware took me step by step on paper. That way I can remember it. So I got written down, but can I afford StreamYard, get a little bit more? I think the cheapest one besides being free, I think is $19, I think, or $29, something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, I got Prison. That's one I got on here. I got Prison Live Studio. But on this computer, if you know anything about computers, well, in one of my videos on here, it's what they call a gaming computer by LON something. I don't know, but I got an HP computer here that I got at Best Buy 3 to 5 years ago. It will not run Prison Live Studio because of the graphics card. It says HDR not available. It lags and it just don't do a good job. But on this, it does a heck of a job. You know, but I like some of the things, at Prison on the cell phone. You can hit the thumbs up or subscribe button. I'm still learning about that on my cell phone. I don't know if you watch A1 Media. He's out of California. Found out he was using Prison Live Studio on his cell phone. And when I first was doing it, I couldn't do that in the landscape. Sometimes I turn over to still be vertical. He told me how to run Prison Live Studio in the landscape mode. He told me everything I had to do. And I don't have any problems with it. So I kind of like it. But I can't run Prison Live Studio on this computer, and I don't have $1,800 to buy that computer. But I'm not a gaming person. Hello there. How you doing, young Lily Malibu? Did I say that right? Thank you for joining here. And man, every time I lay my I let you know I'm from Indiana, Clark County, Indiana. I'm about 16 to 19 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky. I'm doing pretty good. As you notice, I got a new microphone I got this week. I think it was this week. I guess it was Monday. It was donated by a YouTuber that lives close to me or knew where I was going. It got the arm on it. It got the sound card with it and a little box. And, you know, I couldn't afford it. And the box, I don't know if they get me for saying it, but the box is what they call the V8 box. A cop watch. I've been watching some of his videos. Well, you pronounce it? Mathematic Dexter. I guess maybe I pronounced that wrong. Where it looked like a guy singing next to a bridge. I am. I know I got some trolls on here, but I don't care. But they not gonna get no information. I've been told about trolls by a whole lot of people. But I tell everybody, okay, you can subscribe. I'm not mad at you, Lee. A lie. Hey, as long as you're an honest person, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. I'm not I'm not God. God is the one who chose you. You know, I subscribed to your channel probably a month ago. I like some of the videos. There's one you done 7 days ago. That you show a sign of walking some doing the pinchers, it looks like. Let me show you this video, as long as the commercial. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. This one right here. See, I told you I subscribed to you. That got 169. Do you, Lee, do you really got that many subscribers? Lordy. This is for you, Lee. Oh, that's not you? They had your name. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what I did. That's the wrong one. Let me back up. Well, I typed your name in right. Oh, I see one I did wrong. Okay, how did I get them? I see what I did wrong. Dumbing me. What am I doing wrong? Ask me back, do it again. I know I spelled the name right. Lil lowercase MALILIBU. Huh. I know what I need to do. Okay, I subscribed to your channel. What's that? Is that a kitty cat or a monkey? Well, put it that way. He joined March the 22nd of 2024. He just joined today. Okay. Okay, you have a good day. Get some videos up there. I don't know if you're married or got kids. Is do a video on your family medical history. That way your kids or grandkids can know about your medical history. Okay, bye, my friend. Welcome to the channel. All this. So I talk about anything. I think I know who that person is. You know, I don't care if it's a troll, but I think I know who he is. They are, but that's okay. Good luck, my friend. Aloha. If you're a good person, you don't have to worry about the scarecrow. You gotta watch out for that scarecrow. Damn. Okay, I'll catch you later, cop watcher. Thank you for the night. I gotta get off of here. My knees is bugging me because I'm sitting on the side of my bed and my knees just don't like it. So everybody have a good day. Come on, ladies, let's fight. Get out of that bad relationship. Adios. Have a good day. Bye, everybody. Sweet dreams. Don't work too hard. Keep up your videos. You are welcome back anytime. Just make sure you hit that notification bell. I tell people, hit it again. That way you hit it again, you go up and hit all notifications. Anybody who's watching, you can suggest on topics that you might want me to talk about. I love you all. I love you all. Good night, sweet dreams. Just behave yourself because God loves you all.